Hello and welcome to another interesting English language class. My name is Precious Balogun. Our theme for today is vocabulary development, and our topic is words associated with building and building construction. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify words associated with building and building construction, explain the meaning of these words, list these words and use them in sentences, and lastly, write these words and look up their meanings in the dictionary. Remember that vocabulary is the total number of words used in a particular language. It can also be defined as all the words used by a particular person or a group of people. Now, how do we acquire new words? We acquire new words by reading books, using the dictionary, and also communicating with people around us. Today, our focus will be on acquiring words, new words, for building and building construction. First, let's define what a building is. A building can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, it is defined as a structure with a roof and walls that provide shelter against harsh weather. As a verb, it is defined as a process of erecting or constructing a structure. Let's take a look at the components of a building. A building is made up of walls, roof, windows, doors, and so on. Moving on, we'll be looking at the types of buildings. We have residential buildings, which include bungalow, duplex, cottage, and so on. Next, we have commercial buildings, which include our office complex, shopping centers, hotel, car wash, theater, and so on. Next, we have industrial buildings, which include our warehouses, showrooms, cold room, container terminals, and so on. And lastly, for this lesson, we have public buildings. They include the church building, mosque, school, and so on. Now, having known what a building is and the types of buildings we have, let's take a look at words associated with building and building construction. First, we have the word architect, which is a noun, and it means a person whose job is to design buildings. For example, Okoro is an architect. Next, we have the word build, which in this context is a verb with the past tense built, which means to make or construct something by putting different parts of materials together. For example, the government wants to build another museum. Next, the government built another museum last month. Moving on, we have building material. This is a noun and it is defined as a material used to construct buildings. It can be a natural substance like clay, sand, or wood, or it could be a man-made substance used for construction. Next, we have building site, which is also a noun. A building site is an area of land or location where a building or structure is being built or constructed. Putting this in a sentence, we can say, we are at the building site. Next, we have the word brik. It is a noun and it is defined as a baked clay used for building walls and other structures. For example, we can say, my house is built of brick. Moving on, we have the word bricklayer. A bricklayer is a person whose job is to build walls with bricks. For example, we can say, Amadi is a bricklayer. Also, we have the word brickwork. It is also a noun and it means the bricks in a wall or a building. So we can say they cannot see the brickwork of the house. Moving on, another word associated with building and building construction is the word ceiling, which means the upper interior lining or surface of a room. We can say the color of the ceiling is brown. Next, we have concrete. A concrete is a building material that is made by mixing together cement, sand, stones, and water. In a sentence, we can say the ground is made of concrete. Also, we have concrete mixer. A concrete mixer is an equipment that we use to mix cement. For example, we can say, we have a concrete mixer. Next, we have the word construction, which is a noun. Construction is a process of building or making roads, buildings, bridges, and other structures. For example, we can say, the house is presently under construction. Next, we have the word contractor. A contractor is a person that has a contract or a deal to do a job for another person or company. For example, Mr. Okoro is a building contractor. Moving on, we have the word edifice. An edifice is a large structure or building. For example, we can say Mr. Toby just completed a beautiful edifice in his village. Also, we have the word foundation. Foundation is a ground level of a building. In a sentence, we can say, he just started the foundation of his new house. Moving on, we have ground floor. A ground floor is a floor of a building that is at the same level as the ground outside. We can say, I live on the ground floor. Next, we have the word installation. This is the process of fixing furniture or equipment like pipes, water heater, and other fittings in a position so it can be used. For example, we can say the installation of the new pipes will take few days. Another word associated with building and building construction is land. A land is a part of the earth's surface that is used for a particular purpose like building. So in a sentence, we can say, Ogechi wants to buy a piece of land. Next, we have landscape architect. This is a person who plans and designs a building or structure. In a sentence, you can say, we need a landscape architect. Another word associated with building and building construction is the word laborer. A laborer is an unskilled worker in a building or construction site. Using laborer in a sentence, we can say, Obi is a laborer. Next, we have the word plaster. It can be a noun or a verb. As a noun, it is defined as a substance made of lime, water, and sand that is put on walls and ceilings to give them a smooth surface. And as a verb, it is the process of covering a wall or ceiling with a substance. Next, we have the word plumber. A plumber is someone who fits, repairs, or installs water pipes and other fittings of water supply, sanitation, and heat system in a building. For example, we can say, the plumber is coming tomorrow to install my new washing machine. Next, we have plumbing. Plumbing can be defined as the system of pipes that supply water to a building, and it can also be defined as the work of a plumber. Another word associated with building is reconstruction, which is a noun. Reconstruction is a process of building something that was damaged or destroyed again. For example, the government announced the reconstruction of the Aba Express Road. Moving on, we have the word roof. Roof is a noun that means the upper covering of a house or building. For example, the roof of the house was destroyed by the wind yesterday. Next, we have refurbish, which is a verb. It means to repair or decorate a building. In a sentence, we can say, our principal wants to refurbish our school. Also, we have the word stonemason. A stonemason is a person whose job is to cut and prepare stones for building. Kola is a stonemason. Another word associated with building and building construction is the word tiller. A tiller is someone who lays tiles, that is, pieces of baked clay, stone or concrete used for roofs, floors, walls, and so on. We can say, I need the service of a tiller. And lastly, for this lesson, we have the word trowel. It is a small tool with a flat and pointy blade used in building. It is usually used for spreading cement or plaster. We can say, the tiller has a trowel. I'm sure you've learned new words and their meanings. Before we go, let's take a quick summary of all we've learned so far. First, vocabulary is defined as the total number of words of a particular language. Next, we learned that a building is any structure with a roof that serves as shelter against harsh weather. It is also the process of erecting or constructing a structure. And lastly, we learned that words associated with building and building construction include architect, build, edifice, foundation, and so on. Now, let's answer the following questions. Question 1. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate words. The architect designed a dash for 2 dash of land. A. Reconstruction, sites. B. Building, edifice. C. Plan, plots. Or D. Roof, foundation. The correct answer is option C. The architect designed a plan for 2 plots of land. Question 2. The act of fixing furniture in a position so that it can be used is called dash. A. Installation. B. Construction. C. Building. Or D. Reconstruction. The correct answer is A. Installation. Thank you for your time. Until we meet again in our next class, see you and bye.